Hello people, it's me, Wilmy, here from Space Films to talk about the art of found footage films. What is up, guys? Wilmy here to talk about the art and some history of the found footage film, which today would be primarily talking using these two films as primary examples. Cloverfield from 2008 by J.J. Abrams and Brian Burke. In Project Almanac 2015, while produced by the terrible and infamous Michael Bay, of course. To see what worked and what did not, as well as going into some of the history of found footage films, going to old films such as Holocaust and what made the found footage style famous, such as the Blair Project. So, you may ask, what is a found footage film? A found footage film is when the story is told through the recorder or the camera of a discovered video, and oftentimes implying the missing, death, or absence of the characters. Shaky camera work could often be used to make the film scene naturally deployed, to make it seem more realistic, and the audience often see the film through the actor's character's POV, point of view, as the character is carrying through the camera, to make the experience of the surrounding for more realistic. This technique is actually most commonly used in horror films such as Blair Project, Paranormal Activity, etc., as well as science fiction films such as Chronicle or like Cloverfield or like Project Almanac, say. Found footage films can usually be seen in four main perspectives: first person, which is through the POV, such as in Cloverfield; documentary style, kinda in like the Blair Project; or news or still footage, which is sometimes seen in Chronicle. Through the film technique dates back as far as the Cannibal Holocaust in 1980. It was actually first popularized during 1999 by the Blair Project, which completely blew up in the Sundance Film Festival. Made in 1999 by Daniel Myrick and Eduardo Sanchez, the Blair Project is about a found footage film in which a group of filmmaking high schoolers was trapped in a group of forests with some mysterious witch, and this is the first horror story because no one during the time has ever encountered any style of filmmaking like this, which is part of the reason why it blew so much. But these days, it's kind of over, as people have constantly seen this technique used and deployed over and over again. Oftentimes in the beginning of found footage films, usually during the first 20 minutes or so, is when the setup happens, where almost nothing important happens or relevant to a plot occurs, just to give us the feel of character development and to indicate us to learn in order for the film and character chemistry to form more normal and realistic, as well as to show us what happened to this character before the main events happen, and to show us this version of the world in the found footage film. After that is when the second act kicks in, or when the action happens. It's the setup to a plot, and oftentimes in films they try to hide it a bit, whether it's a monster or a witch, and to slow the plot down as they try to get the characters to wonder what is happening. And they usually actually don't seem to understand what's happening until almost the last part of the movie. Warning: if you're making a found footage film, if you've seen the trailer and the trailer leaks too much, sometimes it'll drag on a bit. If the entire audience knows what's happening as the characters keeps wandering around clueless, then it's just kind of boring though. It's usually during the climax of the monster or ghost or the main obstacle of the film is completely revealed, and glimpses is usually given scattered throughout the film as hints and makes the audience want to continue watching it, such as seen in Cloverfield. But be careful, since if the monster or ghost doesn't really pay off from the entire setup, it can possibly ruin the entire mood of the film, making the audience left up disappointed with a bad taste in their mouth. So sometimes visual effects and cinematography could play a large part, such as the monster scene in Cloverfield. Sometimes in films like this, technique or style could also leave the audience off pretty dizzy due to the mass amount of shaky cam due to the realism of the film. So the proper amount of use in it is also very important. That's the time in found footage film, the main character or the one holding the camera, which are what we are seeing through, is usually the last one to die in order to film the entire or close to the entire event, so we can get more satisfying event of the story. So the scene in Blair Project, but sometimes there leaves kind of cliche feelings. So cut off with other point of views, such as what I've said about news or documentary style, is pretty cool. Also, another way I think that Cloverfield executes really well is actually leaving the original camera person to die first, to actually get another character, so we can see through the other character's POV to actually get a different feeling of being another character and the different things they're enduring. Changing versions is actually really cool, such as in the Chronicle, when Andrew was like, robbing the store, or when he went crazy and was filmed by news broadcasters and security cameras throughout the city. So there are definitely some interesting ideas to think about. So that pretty much wraps up this episode of Spaceway Films. What do you think about found footage films? Do you like them? Do you hate them? And tell me in the comment section below. As always, if you want to watch more, please subscribe, give a like, comment, and tell us if you would like to see more of this kind of video. My name is William, and this is Spaceway Films, and be sure to tune in next week for all things movies.